Hello, my dear children of grade 2. I hope you're fine and taking care of yourselves. My name is Christine and I am a teacher at Vid1 International School. Children, today in English, we are going to learn a very interesting grammar topic. Do you know what is it? Shall we find it out together? Okay. So, children, in sentences, when we use nouns, at times they get tired. Do you know why? Yes, because we tend to use them a lot. We tend to use them again and again. So we replace the nouns with some words. Do you know what are those? We have studied it in the first grade as well. Yes, those are pronouns. So the words which we use to replace the nouns with are the pronouns, right? So we use the pronouns to replace the nouns. So the pronouns are the words which is used in place of the names of a person, place or a thing, right? So shall we study about the pronouns in much better way? Yes, let's go. So what is a pronoun again, children? Yes, a pronoun is a word that takes place of a noun. It is used in place of the names of a person, place or thing, right? Yes, good. So children, whenever there is a conversation, there are either two or three persons involved, right? Because whenever we are speaking, there are either two or three people involved, right? So the pronouns also used are in three different ways. Okay, so let us see one by one. The first is first person pronoun. Now we should always remember the first person pronoun is the speaker. First person pronoun is the speaker. So there are two of the pronouns used over here. One used for singular nouns and the other used for the plural nouns. The pronoun used for the singular nouns in the first person is I. Okay, for example, my name is Christy and I am a teacher. I am a singular noun, right? Yes. And I am the speaker. So I am the first person, right? So the pronoun used for first person singular noun is I. Very good. Now the second is for the plural nouns. First person speaker used for plural nouns. The pronoun is we. For example, we are studying. Who? You all and me. We are studying. Plural noun, right? Isn't it? Yes. Now children, second person. Always remember second person pronoun is listener. Okay, second person is always the listener. Now the magical thing about this is there's a one pronoun used in two different ways. Used for singular nouns as well as for the plural nouns. Okay, you should always remember that first person is the speaker, second person is the listener, third person is the one we are talking about, the one who is not in the conversation but the one we are talking about whom the conversation is, who is not in the conversation but someone we are talking about. So the pronouns here are he, she, it and they. Always remember, he is used for the male noun, she is used for the female noun, it is used for a place or a thing or animal, and they is used for two or more than two people, right? So the first person is the speaker, second person is the listener, and third person is the one about whom the conversation is. The one who is not in the conversation but the one we are talking about. Very good. Now children, pronouns like I, you, he, she, it, we and they are used in place of nouns that are doer of the action. Okay, so these pronouns that we just had a look at are used and in the place of the nouns that are doer of the action and in the place of the nouns that is someone or something that is doing some action. Okay, let us see how with the help of these examples. First is I am writing. Who is doing the action? I. What is the action? Writing. So who is doer of the action? I. What is the pronoun used? I. Understood? Easy, right? Yes. Next is he is singing. What is the action? Singing. Who is doing the action? He. Third person pronoun. He. Doer of the action. Understood? Yes. Next is she is cooking. What is the action here? Cooking. Right? Now, who is the doer of the action? She. Someone who is not a part of a conversation, but someone we are talking about. The doer of the action. So the pronoun is she. They are playing. Action is playing. Who is doing the action? They. Pronoun used is they. It is tiny. What is tiny? It is tiny. Good. So the pronoun used is it. Good. Next is we are studying. We means I and you all. We all together are studying. So what is the action that we are doing? Studying. And who is doing the action? We are doing the action, right? So the pronoun used is we. First person plural, right? For the plural noun. Easy to understand, children, right? Very good. Now, children, similarly, pronouns like me, you, him, her, it, and them are used in place of nouns that are the receiver of the action. We have studied the nouns that are used in place of the pronouns that are used in the place of the nouns when someone or something is doing the action. But here, when someone or something is receiving the action or someone or something is the receiver of the action, the pronouns used are different. They are me, you, him, her, it, and them. Now, children, take a look at this table. We will understand it in a much better way over here. Okay. So, the table below lists pronouns to be used in place of nouns when the noun is a doer and when the noun is the receiver. Now, see, first person speaker. We have seen it, right? So the first person speaker, singular I. Doer of the action I. The pronoun used for the doer of the action is I. Similarly, for receiver, the pronoun used is me. For receiver of the action, the pronoun becomes me. Similarly, first person speaker for plural, when someone or something is doing the action, the pronoun we used is we. Right? For first person speaker plural. But for the receiver, it changes into us. Okay. Now for second person listener, singular. The doer of the action is you and it remains the same for the receiver. That is, it remains the same. The pronoun remains the same as you. Similarly, second person listener, plural. The doer of the action, the pronoun used is you. Similarly, it remains the same for receiver of the action. We also use you. Next is third person singular. For the male noun, we use he. And for the female noun, we use she in the doer of the action. But for the receiver of the action, for male noun, we use him. And for the female noun, we use her. For example, he is playing. Okay, he is playing. I threw the ball at him. Okay, now he is playing. What is the action? Playing. Who is the doer of the action? He. Now he is playing. I threw the ball at him. Now who is receiver of the action? Yes, him. So we have changed the pronoun. So whenever we use for the receiver of the action, he changes into him. Very good. Now similarly for she and the doer of the action. For example, she has a pretty dress. Okay. Okay. And for example, for receiver of the action, it looks pretty on her. Okay. What? It looks pretty on her. Who is the receiver of the action? Her. So for doer of the action, the pronoun is she, and for receiver of the action, the pronoun she is used as her. It changes into her. Very good. Next is third person singular for a thing. For a thing, the doer of the action remains it, and for receiver also it remains the same. It is it only. Okay. For example, this is a pen. It is blue in color, right? So the doer and receiver for the third person singular thing remains same. It is a pen. It is blue in color. The pronoun for doer as well as receiver of the action remains the same. Next is third person plural. So for doer of the action, it is the pronoun used is they. But for the receiver of the action, it becomes them. It becomes them. For example, they are playing. Okay. Same example we'll take. They are playing. Who is playing? What is the action? Play. Who is the doer of the action? They. I threw the ball at them. Okay, I threw the ball at them. Who is receiver of the action? Yes, them. So the pronoun that we use for the receiver of the action, when we change from they to the receiver of the action, the pronoun becomes them. Wonderful. So children, isn't it easy? Yes, it is very easy topic, right? So what is a pronoun? A pronoun is the word that is used in place of the nouns. It is used in place of the names of a person, place, or a thing. First person pronoun is the speaker. Second person pronoun is the listener. And third person pronoun is the one who is not in the conversation but someone we are talking about whom the conversation is. Isn't it easy, children? Yes. So revise it by watching this video again. We'll be meeting in the next session again with some fun activities to do. Okay? Take care.